Hey, boyka. Yeep. No, but we don't have a idea for that. There we go. Alright, what's up, chat? Doing reactions again.
The short, mysterious video was taken by a hiker. The video is taken in black and white and shows a large Bigfoot-like creature striding into an open
We
clearing.
are Siamese.
Then the video cuts off. Now, the Texas wood booger is part of a long tradition of mysterious wildman stories told across the American South. People describe it as a huge, hairy creature living deep in remote forests, swamps, and river bottoms. In Texas, especially the eastern side of the state, the legend blends together Bigfoot sightings, frontier folklore, and old warnings passed through rural communities for generations. The name wood booger comes from old southern slang. Long ago, the word booger meant some kind of scary creature, ghost, or thing hiding in the woods. Parents and grandparents sometimes use the term to frighten children into staying close to home after dark. Over time, stories about strange, hairy beings roaming the forests became connected to that old word. So, was this none other than the Texas
Chat.
wood booger? This video here was uploaded to TikTok on December 12th, 2023, so very recently. The caption of the video reads, "A group of Bigfoots seem to leave giant footprints in the snow very close to a famous Bigfoot sighting location." Take a look at these explorers' discovery.
Get in on this one.
And the foot is melted away to make it look bigger. But look at
See?
the top of these right here.
Yeah.
Toes.
Yeah,
So you got a toe here.
there's a
Big
small one and a big one. That means more than one.
They speculate that the prints came from a parent and a juvenile Sasquatch, considering that the prints were two different sizes and very close together. The man in the video states that because the prints are so close together, this theory would make sense. And just by looking at these prints, you can tell they are way larger and way wider than human prints. And you can even see toe prints in the snow as well. Unless Shaquille O'Neal himself was walking around barefoot in the snow, this couldn't have been a human. Anyways, these explorers are adamant that these are indeed real Bigfoot tracks. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Today's nature clip was taken on March 6th, 2026. A woman named Aurora was walking down a gravel path in the woods this day. She was just going for a day hike, minding her own business, when she spotted something
We are
strange ahead. When she
Siamese,
neared a
if
little
you
closer, she caught this.
please.
Wait a second. Oh my gosh. Is that an owl? Are you an owl?
Oh, the little guy.
Look at you. What are you doing?
Buddy's just
You got
chilling.
wings? Oh my gosh.
She states, "I was so shocked and wasn't sure what I was looking at until I got closer." But seen is an owl sitting on the path with its wings spread out to the sides, a very rare sight. But apparently owls and other birds do this to clean themselves. A commenter on the viral TikTok video states, quote, "Animals sun themselves to kill bacteria. The sun is the great sterilizer." Another commenter says he's in antibacterial mode. Birds do this to keep themselves free from bacteria. So it seems we aren't the only species that sunbathes. Actually, a lot of animals do this. Cold-blooded animals do this all the time as well. But man, this is such a cool video. I hope to one day come across something like this in the woods. But to people who see a bird doing this for the first time, the bird can almost look sick, exhausted, or frozen in place. But in reality, the owl is often deliberately exposing its feathers and skin to sunlight for maintenance and health reasons.
We are
Reportedly, the heat and the
Siamese,
ultraviolet
if
rays
you
may help reduce some
please.
of that microbial growth. It's an interesting behavior and adaptation that birds have developed over time. And for Aurora to catch it on video this day was very unique. And I'm not surprised at all that the video went viral. Alright, I think that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did...
Watch some of this video.
Hello everyone, my name is Sir Spooks, and today we'll take a look at 17 scary videos. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more scary content. Alright, with that said, let's begin. I think it's pretty safe to say that many people don't find hospitals to be very comforting places. As a matter of fact, a lot of people find them pretty unsettling. If you're one of those people, then this video we're about to look at probably won't help much. The video was posted to the Paranormal Encounter subreddit by user known as NoTower5558 and showcases the 4th floor of an undisclosed hospital that was apparently closed down many years ago. According to the uploader, security experienced this while doing their rounds.
You need to come to 369 because we're experiencing a ghost.
Big time.
Literally.
Jeez, oh, yeah, there it goes.
Seriously, come look at this.
Now it's gonna stop. So if you know it, say hi.
Ethel,
Paul.
Ethel, what's wrong with you tonight? What? What's wrong, Ethel?
Where is the like?
As you can see throughout the video, multiple lights can be seen flickering on and off in the room. At one point, a television even appears to turn on by itself. What also makes the footage interesting is that the hospital workers can be heard asking, "Ethel, what's wrong with you tonight?" implying this may not be the first strange incident they've experienced on the abandoned floor. The atmosphere of the video alone is enough to make it feel eerie, especially knowing the area has supposedly been closed off for years. Of course, there could still be more ordinary explanations behind some of what's happening, especially in an older hospital where electrical issues wouldn't exactly be uncommon. Even so, the workers' reactions make it seem like this wasn't entirely normal to them either. So who exactly is Ethel, and why do the workers seem so familiar with these strange occurrences? Whatever the explanation may be, it's definitely a creepy video to watch late at night. Over on TikTok, a man named Nolan Brock posted a video to his account back in February of 2023 that showcases a piece of home security camera footage taken inside his living room. Nolan says he had accidentally fallen asleep on the couch at the time of the recording and mentioned that when he reviewed the footage afterward, it genuinely terrified him.
Why does boy look like the old MGK?
At first, we can hear strange noises coming from the doors as they slowly begin moving on their own. Nolan appears to wake up briefly and look around before eventually falling back asleep on the couch. A little while later, the footage cuts ahead to another moment when Nolan is asleep once again. This time, one of the doors suddenly slams shut loudly, instantly jolting him awake in confusion as he tries to figure out what just happened. The build-up beforehand is what makes the clip feel especially unsettling. The doors don't immediately slam shut right away, but instead seem to move gradually at first before the louder incident happens later on. It's easy to see why some viewers interpreted this as some kind of paranormal activity, especially with how forcefully the door closes the second time around. Of course, there could still be a more ordinary explanation behind what happened, whether it was airflow inside the house or something else off camera that isn't obvious from the footage alone. Even so, the way the door moves and eventually slams shut still looks fairly unnatural, which is a big part of why the clip unsettled so many viewers. So what do you think happened here? Was this some kind of ghostly encounter, or just a strange coincidence caught on camera? Over on the Cryptid subreddit, a user posted a video that's sure to get your skin crawling. In the description of the post, the uploader explains that he and his friend regularly go on late night walks and often talk about paranormal topics while they're out. One night, after the uploader left to go to the gym, his friend decided to walk home alone and took the long, spooky way, snapping random pictures along the way like they usually do. According to the post, the friend originally thought he may have photographed an animal, but after increasing the exposure of the image, they noticed something much stranger standing in the darkness. The uploader also insists the image was 100% unedited, other than the exposure increase, and mentions that when they returned to the area the following night, they heard noises that made them feel like they were being followed.
What the flip? It's a wee bit creepy.
As you can see, there definitely appears to be something standing off in the distance, though what exactly it is remains completely unclear. The silhouette and shape of the figure look unusual enough to immediately stand out once you notice it. To me, it almost resembles the popular creepypasta turned urban legend known as the Rake, though of course it could easily be something far more ordinary as well. There is the possibility that the figure is simply a person partially obscured by darkness and the increased exposure of the image, which can sometimes make shapes appear much stranger than they really are. Still, the shape of the figure is unsettling enough to make the image difficult to completely brush off. So what do you think this creature could be? If you have any theories or possible explanations, be sure to let me know down in the comments.
Excuse me, Chad.
Reddit user Iron Baboon posted a video to the UFO subreddit showcasing some eerie footage filmed on March 25th, 2026 at around 7 p.m. in Doha, Qatar. The clip
Where
was
the
recorded
fuck
during a
is that?
thunderstorm and doesn't waste much time getting right to the strange part. Throughout the short video, 3 glowing orbs can be seen moving around in the sky in the middle of the storm. Despite the heavy weather conditions, the lights appear distinct and separate from the lightning flashing throughout the clouds.
Hell, lost another
The way the orbs
one.
move is what really stands out. They don't seem to behave like flashes of lightning or random reflections, which is why many viewers immediately connected the footage to UFOs or some kind of unexplained aerial phenomenon. Of course, there's always the possibility that the lights belong to some kind of conventional aircraft or another more ordinary object in the sky. But because of this storm and the limited quality of the footage, it's nearly impossible to say for certain what's actually being captured here. Even so, the way the 3 orbs appear, moving through the clouds, still gives the clip a very mysterious feel. So what do you think these mysterious lights were? Could they really be connected to UFOs, or was this something else entirely? A woman named Ricky Hill posted a video to her TikTok account in June of 2025 and walks viewers through a very bizarre and creepy incident that allegedly happened inside her home back in 2019. The home security camera footage starts off relatively uneventful, but within seconds, things begin to feel much more unsettling.
you will see as the light dims and then brightens, and then it will dim again, and then it will brighten again. And if you look past, like towards the kitchen area, right about, let's see, one more time maybe. Right now, you'll see her. You can see her coming through. She comes, turns around, walks
That's
past towards the kitchen
creepy.
area again. And then you'll see an orb dip out at the end. Also, if your brightness is not turned up, make sure to turn that up, or else you can miss her.
As you can see, the lights inside the house continuously dim and brighten over and over again, creating a pretty eerie atmosphere throughout the footage. But that isn't even the strangest part of the video. Right around here, what appears to be some kind of ghostly woman can briefly be seen walking through the house, passing by the kitchen area before seemingly disappearing from view. The figure is faint, but visible enough to immediately stand out once you notice it moving through the frame. In the description of the post, Ricky claims that the woman's name was Mary and says she used to live in the house next door. According to the story, Mary was allegedly involved in an affair with multiple men, including one who supposedly lived in the very house Ricky now lives in. Ricky also claims that Mary's husband later found out and allegedly ended up killing the man. Unfortunately, Ricky never shared where this information came from, or whether any of the story could actually be verified. Even so, if there's any truth to it at all, it definitely adds another layer of unease to the footage. Of course, there's also the possibility that the figure is simply a trick of lighting, camera exposure, or video compression, especially with the lights flickering throughout the clip. Still, the way the shape moves through the kitchen makes the footage difficult to completely ignore. So what do you think was captured inside Ricky's home? Was this really the spirit of someone connected to the house, or just an eerie coincidence caught on camera? On December 25th, 2025, a TikTok account known as Urban Explorers posted a video showing them wandering through a forest when they suddenly came across a strange hole in the ground. Curious about what might be inside, they decided to climb down and explore the tunnel-like area beneath it, which, as you might expect, turned out to be a pretty bad idea. According to the explorers, they immediately started feeling uneasy once they entered the tunnel, even mentioning that it felt like they were having a panic attack while walking through the area. Despite that feeling, they continued deeper
What
inside.
the fuck did I just
Then, right
get
around
on
the 18-second
Facebook?
mark, if you look carefully toward the end of the tunnel, you can make out what appears to be some kind of pale face staring directly back at them from the darkness. The figure is difficult to fully make out, but it's visible enough to immediately stand out once you notice it. It's easy to see why some viewers found the clip genuinely creepy, especially because the face appears surprisingly clear once spotted. Of course, there's also the possibility that the entire thing was staged or edited as a hoax. At the same time, if the face hadn't actually been added in afterward, it does raise the question of how the uploader supposedly never noticed something so obvious while filming and editing the video. So what do you think was hiding at the end of that tunnel? Was it simply a hoax or something far creepier? Over on TikTok, a man named Kyle Anthony posted a piece of home security camera footage filmed inside his house late at night, during what seemed like a completely peaceful evening. Despite the video starting off normal, it doesn't take very long for things to become a little unsettling. Right around here, one of the chairs in the kitchen area suddenly appears to move all on its own. What also makes the moment interesting is that Kyle's cat doesn't really seem to react to it at all. The movement itself is subtle, but noticeable enough to immediately stand out once you see it happen. A second clip filmed later that night shows even more strange activity taking place in the kitchen. The fact that both incidents reportedly happened on the same night definitely makes the footage feel a bit more eerie, especially with objects seemingly moving without anyone nearby. Of course, there could still be a more ordinary explanation behind what's happening here, whether it's something off camera, vibrations in the house, or another detail not obvious from the footage alone. Even so, the timing and movement in both clips are strange enough to leave viewers questioning it. So what do you think was happening inside Kyle's kitchen that night? Could this really be some kind of paranormal activity, or is there another explanation behind it?
Alright, chat, that's gonna be it for tonight, and sorry for the short stream. I gotta be up already. Hope you have a blessed night. God bless you all.